Hi folks, we hope you'll enjoy the upcoming answers to this hot question. People who were on show like Super Nanny, World's Strictest Parents, or Scared Straight, what was the experience like? And what was the aftermath? My friend was on Super Nanny. They don't actually do anything, it's just acting. He and his brother are still exactly the same as they were before. That makes me sad. Like, I know reality TV is everywhere, but it is all fake? Ugh. Is Joe a beach in real life? I saw a comment a long time ago. If it was real, it would be called a documentary. I went to high school with a kid who was on Super Nanny when he was like 11. Apparently him and his sister's behavior weren't all that bad, and that one day a camera crew just showed up at his house. He also told me they were trying to force an emotional scene where he would hug his mom and say he loves her forever or something, and he was like, no, that's gay, and they were like, please, and he was like, no. They settled on love you mom. It's been an hour, I guess those people were not real. Give them time, Desi, maybe their parents haven't gone to bed yet. We'll get here, we are just busy relapsing and walking on sunshine. I knew a girl who was on Scared Straight. After the show she ended up addicted to heroin and going to rehab. Hope she got her life together. I'd guess she was scared left. Right? One of my friends in grade school was on Nanny 911 as a kid, maybe around 5 years old. There were a lot of kids in her family, and one of the biggest problems the nanny had with their household was safety. She baby-proofed the entire house and lectured them on safety precautions they have to take in their lives to ensure that the children wouldn't get hurt. She even gave them all helmets to wear whenever they rode bikes or four-wheelers. After she left, a lot of the safety precautions went out of the window, and later my friend told me that they still had the helmets, but they were all sitting in a dusty corner. I lived in India. Once in my school when I was in 6th grade, these foreign kids pop up with a bunch of cameramen and stuff. Speculation went wild. We thought our terrible principal probably wanted to create a cool image for the school and was creating some kind of weird advertisement. Anyway, years later I saw a YouTube clip by complete chance of World's Strictest Parents. It was my school and those exact kids. They had come to an Indian family, whose children went to my school. The episode was a lot of drama. The parents were kind of obnoxious, at least for the episode. However, the last I heard on asking a few friends was that those parents were fine and their children are doing reasonably well. Not sure about the foreign kids who came. I didn't go on, but some classmates went on Super Nanny or Nanny 911, can't remember which. They lived rather close to my friend, so I went over to his place to watch the filming and such. The nanny stayed in their neighbor's house across the street, and the kids' behavior didn't improve for a very long after the nanny left. From what I remember, they were trouble all through school. I lost contact with all of them during middle school. I had a friend on World's Strictest Parents. She was approached by a producer late one night at a McDonald's, because she was 15, drunk, and wearing a stolen police hat. Apparently the producers hang around looking for kids there a lot. Anyway, she did her parent swap, was moderately wild, came back and decided she wanted to be a chef. I don't think she finished at culinary school. She had a baby at 19 and is a great mom to 2 kids now. Like 3 years ago, I lived in a big 5-bedroom house with 4 other friends in college that was in an episode of Super Nanny. We found out because our nice neighbor literally gave us a signed headshot from Joe Frost as a gift out of the blue. He literally told us, I think y'all would like this more than me and get a kick out of it. It made our week and we found the episode online and watched it. I asked about the family to the neighbor as our house was rented out and owned by a property company. He told me after the show the parents fought all the time, lost all of their money due to 2008 crisis, and lost the house to foreclosure. The picture stayed on our mantle for 3 years and I thought about that family every time. My brother went to school with a kid from the Scared Straight show, the Comb My Chest Hair kid, if you have seen the show. He said that the kid used to get messed with after the show aired but now lives a pretty normal life and stays out of trouble as far as he can tell. So I would say that the show works, I guess, lol. That episode was so funny. Didn't go on the show, but went the Off My County's Scared Straight program as a young teen. The experience was kind of traumatic. I was the youngest person in the group. And, well, I never got in trouble like that again, aside from a speeding ticket at 18. The freedom to make my own choices is of great value to me, hence the rebellious years, and prison is the exact opposite of what I want out of life. I'm 21 and doing quite well for myself and future self. Anyone that isn't affected by that program is a liar, or a lost cause. I was on Super Nanny, My siblings and I were out of control kids and my parents frankly didn't know what to do. I liked being in front of the camera for the most parts. It's like a mini time capsule I sometimes watch every once in a while and witness how cringe I was. Nanny Jojo set up this reward chart for when we were good. Heck, once they even filmed me in timeout, haha. I went to an all-boys correctional school 40 miles into the high desert in Washington state. A couple other guys there went on shows like this and they never worked, hence being at the correctional school. The school did pretty good straightening most of us out, however unfortunately there's always a couple guys who just won't follow rules. If our school couldn't help you, you would be sent to the other place, which was basically a terrible juvenile prison in Mexico that was ran by US Marshals. One day one of these marshals came to give a talk. He spoke about the other place and basically scared the crap out of us. At the end of his speech he said, and unfortunately one of you is coming with us today, and we all simultaneously crap our pants. He says the name of the kid he was taking, we'll call him Colin. He then tells Colin to empty his pockets, take off his shoes and belt, and places him in handcuffs. The director of the school said some encouraging words to him and asked if any of the students wanted to say bye or wish him well. Dead silence. Then his roommate stands up and says, I packed your stuff. You had no bags, so I put all your crap in some trash bags. Oh, and I'll miss you, I guess. A piece of Colin died that day. I never heard from him or about him after that day. Based off the rumors about that place in Mexico, it's possible he could still be there, and it's been 7 years since that day. Didn't end up on it, but my family was approached to take part in a German version of the reality show The World's Strictest Parents, Die Strengsten Eltern der Welt. The reason being my father is somewhat well known in my country for being a bit of a wild man, looks like a Viking, very into the outdoors, fishing, hunting etc. They'd found a special of him on 60 Minutes and a few clips of him adventuring online and thought that Germans would enjoy watching bad kids being set straight by the bear man. Anyway, the interaction was done through a middleman, so to speak, who outlined what would be required of us, and what, small, compensation we would receive for going along with it. At the outset it seemed fine, even a little exciting. We had close ties with a lot of exchange students in the past. We lived in a very small community in the mountains and we all loved traveling, and my father didn't seem to mind the sound of helping out some struggling kids and possibly showing them a different side of life. Not necessarily that hunting in the outdoors are the only way to go, but more open their minds a little and take them out of their comfort zone etc. We watched a few clips of the show online and decided that we were laid back enough as a family that the drama wouldn't really wind us up or anything. Well, alarm bells started ringing after a bit more correspondence with Tay Middleman. He started insinuating that there would be times where the kids would be told to play up situations, and that we would have to either roll along with the staged drama, or actively join in and amp it up for the cameras. My dad laid it out pretty straight, saying he'd be happy to take these kids under his wing and show them some pretty cool adventures. He had glacier crossing, hiking through rainforests, caving, whitewater kayaking, hunting, or at least watching him hunt, and tons of other activities across our country all planned out. I'd just become a scuba instructor and even offered to take them out diving on geothermal vents. But they really stressed the whole people watch this show to see bad kids act backcrap crazy, so that's what you're expected to encourage vibe. We politely turned them down at this stage. What would have been your answer or question? Leave it in the comments below. Slap that like and subscribe button for more, and check out the link in the video description for even more answers. Peace out, and catch you in the next video.